So here we are, we've made it to Lamorna Cove. Really beautiful spot. The views here are absolutely amazing, standing here just looking out over the cove there. Yeah, if only you could see what I can see right now. Absolutely gorgeous. I used to come here scuba diving, and I tell you what, I enjoyed it because the view is kind of spectacular. So without further ado, let's take a look. Isn't she beautiful? That's Lamorna Cove, ladies and gentlemen. So Wolf Rock. We would head our Falmouth Harbour on Mark's boat, and we'd shoot around, cross Mounts Bay, arrive at Wolf's Rock, where we would do some wonderful fishing, and we were fishing for cod, pollock, and the fishing was amazing there. But interesting to know that the stone for that lighthouse, Wolf Rock Lighthouse, comes from there, just up there behind me. So if you ever fancy a trip to Lamorna Cove, this is it. It's very early, just after 6 AM, extremely quiet. It does get really popular, and that little harbour down there is absolutely fantastic for a very short, easy scuba dive if you fancy that. It's not long, there's a little reef there as you go along to the right, you follow it along, and I think you can get down to about, it's only 13 meters, but still, it's a nice little dive. Okay, that's Lamorna Cove. We're going to head on out. So probably worth a mention, just as we look out here towards Lamorna Cove, that point over there is known as Black Rock, and if you head across, you can't quite see it from here, you've got Lamorna Point up there, and we're something like about 4 miles south of Penzance here. And that up there, that is the quarry, the old granite quarry. It used to run from the mid 1800s, about 1850, and it ran for about 60 years. The granite was also used for a project in London, amongst other places as well. But yeah, what a spectacular place, and what a great place to moor your boat, just like that overnight. Fantastic, eh? Lovely sheltered harbour. Years and years ago, the local landowner used to keep a vessel here, many years ago, and unfortunately that got wrecked in a storm. So while there's a degree of protection, if you've got the weather coming in from that direction, well, obviously anything is going to be exposed here. This current harbour here has been here since the 1800s, built on the site of an original harbour. But yeah, quite a lovely little spot. Right, we're gonna crack on onwards and upwards. Not quite sure which direction I'm going to take yet. I may go direction Land's End and then whip back along the main road direct to Penzance, which is a lovely ride. All depends on time. Okay, off we go. Let's go. You know, you come up out of Lamorna, and it's amazing when you get out of that little valley how much more light you immediately find. It really is kind of a little bit of a landlocked there, and the light doesn't get in there very much until the sun gets a lot higher. So while it is spectacularly beautiful, I think you've got to bear in mind that you've got that element of gloom early in the day, later in the day. When you drive outside, I mean, you've got this, it's just, yeah, immediately light after dawn on a clear day like this, but not down in Lamorna. So this is the road that takes us to Land's End. It's the back road. It's a nice little run. Not as quick as the main Land's End road, but as an alternative, especially on a busy day, certainly well worth a shot. Just back there we passed a small camping park with very nice little sea views there. It's one that you would never find unless you knew of the existence of this road. But that is one of the advantages of living in a place, especially when you like to get out on two wheels, is you get out and you explore and you ride around and you find things, and sooner or later the lie of the land becomes clear. Now, but after, well, 13 years on the Lizard, I really feel like I know it now. Lovely place to live. So once we wind to the end of this road, we'll be coming back on the main Lizard artery. In fact, actually, I think I'm going to head back through St. Buryan here, and we'll do the loop. If I head down that way, we end up at Land's End again, past the Minnock Theatre. This is a slightly shorter cut back to Penzance, which suits me this morning because I've got quite a bit to do. So let's head back direction Penzance. Yeah, off we go. So we're heading back now direction Penzance and St. Michael's Mount. Just coming through a little town called Drift. But what a lovely morning. The pet crematorium just over there is where one of our dogs' ashes are laid. Old George, that's a few years ago now, probably going back about 10 years or so, yeah. And on that bright note, we head down into this lovely little dark valley here. And we're coming in the back way now, and to our right up ahead, which you can't see, we're kind of approaching Newlyn, and we'll skirt along the back of Penzance on the bypass. From there we'll pick up little views of St. Michael's Mount and head on back home. Now there is along here, actually, if you're into Land Rovers, and I don't know if you are, but nice little Land Rover dealer, and he always seems to have some really choice specimens stacked outside, and they must be worth an arm and a leg, because these days no Land Rover appears to be cheap, even the worst dog. But this chap's got some really tasty stuff here. Have a quick look at that. If you're in the market for a Land Rover, it might be worth checking them out. So we're heading down now into Penzance, Mounts Bay, St. Michael's Mount. Final view for you guys. Little panoramic, look at that, absolutely gorgeous. There's the mount. And from here, I'm going to be, as I said, heading back to Silver Sands Holiday Park and getting on with my day's work. So shortly I'm going to sign off. That's all, folks.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.